All right, Petty goes downstairs, goes back up to the barkeep. Barkeep, I have a question about your competitors.
And what could that possibly be?
Where are they? Where is the Dark Fern Inn? It sounds very creepy. We can leave bad reviews about it.
She throws her head back, just laughing her ass off. Competitors! The Dark Fern Inn is, shall we say, barely qualifies as a tavern, really.
Oh, also, while the innkeeper started laughing, Petty didn't know what to do, so she started laughing too. Just as a side note.
She kind of just abruptly stops laughing and looks at you. Anyway, the Dark Fern is up in the gloom. It's the northmost district. It's, shall we say, the poor side of town. The shanty towns are better than the gloom. But if you want to get there, you just go north through the Memorial District into the gloom.
Should we expect any kinds of trouble?
In the gloom, most certainly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too far in, though. It's on the southern end of it, right where the Memorial District stops.
Well,
let us go.
I feel like I've been doing like 4 different accents for this language. I'm trying to do Scottish and it keeps going in and out.
She is my friend. It's okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
As you say that, she kind of looks over at Oscar. As she's talking to you, she kind of looks over at Oscar and kind of like
I said friend.
moves her strap down.
Why is she doing this? Petty?
Oscar.
Ooh.
We don't get many of your type in here.
But it's, oh. Let us go. Thank you.
As you also
Friend.
probably haven't noticed, she's a furbolg, and you know that because they're huge. They're like probably Hagrid sized, but she's a pretty woman. She's with red hair, but she's just large.
Oscar looks up at her, not knowing what to do, and just nods. Unfamiliar with romance, he just nods and he's like, "Okay, we are going to the Fern place. Thank you."
All right, your room will be here.
The Dark Fern. Let us go.
Okay, so you're on your way to the Dark Fern.
Goodbye, Lorelai.
Goodbye, Oscar.
Wow, what does it mean?
She kind of waves a handkerchief at you. So you're walking up the street. As you start heading north, you're kind of walking through the market district. So there's just like, you're not walking directly through it, but you can see to your left that there's like this round market square with like just people set up with tents and just like temporary storefront places. And then where you're walking through is kind of like permanent storefronts. So you've got like bookstores and pastry shops and things like that. As you keep going, to your right, you start to see this big, like, walled-in fortress-looking structure. It's got blue banners hanging from the ramparts. Before that, you get to that, though, you saw this big tower that's kind of in its own little structure as well. And then as you walk past that, this is the Memorial District that you're in right now. As you keep going, to your right-hand side, you see 4 really large temple-looking structures kind of in this grassy park area. And then as you walk past that, the nice, well-kept, manicured look kind of starts to go away as you cross over into kind of the gloom area. And this is just a very shady, very foggy area. Everything is very dark here.
Soren feels at home.
There's just puddles of liquid in the street. You're not sure if it's just like wine or blood.
Soren tastes it.
It's blood. But the tavern you're looking for is right on the outskirts, so you can still see those temples where you are. And it's like right next to like another gate out of the city. This is the gloom. So as you walk up to the tavern, there's 2 just burly. One's a Goliath and one's an orc, or a half orc, standing on the other side of the doors, and they kind of have their arms crossed. And as you approach, they don't stop you, but they definitely like take you in and like are gonna remember who you are. Are you guys going in?
Yes. Should we inspect around before we go in, or are we just like going in?
It's up to you.
I will go in.
Okay. So you walk into this tavern. You can tell that this place has like an upstairs where there's probably rooms, but you can't imagine anyone would ever want to stay here. This is a very rundown, very moldy, just musty smelling. There's probably puke in a corner somewhere that never got cleaned up. That's the kind of smell you're getting.
Petty makes a few exaggerated gagging sounds.
No one even bats an eye at you at this point. That people are used to deranged people walking through that door. There's a lot of just skeevy looking, criminal looking types. A lot of them are just sitting by themselves at tables, just kind of looking about the room. But you do, as soon as you walk in, you notice that like in the center of the room, passed out on top, on like sitting at a table, but like laying on it is a half orc. And it was a half orc. I said orc earlier, but it's half orc. Man, just passed out on the table.
Should we approach him?
Whoo!
All of the people in the room that are sitting by themselves just immediately reach for a weapon. But nobody gets up. They just kind of watch to see what you're doing.
Oh, all eyes on us. Okay.
I shall go get a drink.
Soren notices everyone reach for their weapons and her instincts just kicked in and her hexblade bow forms into existence and she materializes her scythe in the other hand and turns her head completely backwards to face everyone behind her and just quietly hoos at them.
All of the men that had grabbed for their swords just kind of nod at you and put their weapons back and sit down.
Effective.
Petty goes up to the counter and asks to buy two meads.
The barkeeper just kind of grunts at you. This is a tiefling male. He just kind of nods his head and grunts. He turns around and pulls some very, very dusty mugs off the shelf. Does not wash them out first and just pours mead into them.
Bitch.
And gives them to you. Do you just wanted two? He gave you two.
She puts a copper down, throws her hair back, and then walks over to the half-orc sleeping at the table. Hey.
He doesn't wake up. He is passed out drunk.
Hello? She taps him on the head a few times. Hello? All right, I'm creating water.
Okay.
I'm going to create water and dump it on his head.
As the water just comes, it's like enough water to cover the whole table area. Just comes crashing down onto him. Everyone in the room just kind of like backs up to the walls. The barkeeper's like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Don't worry about this. It was just to wake up my friend here. Don't even think about it.
They all kind of are a little just kind of, ugh, but they don't care. They sit back down and they go about their business. The half orc just sits up suddenly, taking in a deep breath. What's going on?
You're up, my friend. Do you remember me? Your dear friend.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, Sally. Your long lost friend Sally from the shanty town. We used to have good times together, no? I bought you some drink. I thought we might have a good time.
Give me a deception check.
13.
He looks like he is trying to remember who you are, but he's like, "Oh, okay, that's nice. What do you want?"
Oh, just to catch up with my old friend, Tarim.
Look, lady, this isn't the time for catch up. I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
Oh, too preoccupied for some friends. Don't you remember me and my other two friends, Frank and Dilly?
He starts to kind of look. He doesn't really care about you two, but he starts to look around the room. He's looking for something. He's just making sure. He turns back to you and just says, Look, get to the point. What do you want?"
Oh, just, catching up. What have you been up to these days?
That's none of your business.
Oh, even for an old friend.
Look, lady, I'm sure maybe we met once or twice, but I don't remember who you are.
Oh.
Oscar's looking at the size of his boots.
They're fairly large.
Oscar nods.
Well,
Wait, give me a perception check.
14.
You can see that there's caked blood.
Oscar looks up at his companions and squints.
the squint.
Soren bends down to his level and like puts her owl-esque head in his face with its beak like really close to his nose.
Give me an intimidation check if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to do an intimidation.
Give me an intimidation check.
13 plus 4.
So 17.
17.
Look, we know you murdered someone. There's blood all over your boots. We need information.
He kind of looks at all three of you, just eyes getting wider and wider. And he starts to run.
Oh no.
Flips the table.
Can I use my hexblade bow and threaten to shoot it at him?
He doesn't stop.
Oscar runs after him and tries to jump on his back.
Give me an athletics check.
Fuck. 9 plus 6. 15.
You run up to him and you're wearing armor, so you can't like jump on him, but you are able to kind of sweep his feet out from under him, and he goes smack face on the floor. He is pretty dazed.
Should we leave him here or should we drag him somewhere safe so he can't make a run
We
for
could
it
take him
again?
back to our nice room.
All the way across town.
We paid for
We
it.
should have bought that cot.
Let's get the room upstairs and bring him up to it.
So you, Petty, would have noticed on your way here that there was a much heavier guard presence near the temples and near that like fortress area. That's it.
Should we take him to the authorities?
I want the glory for ourselves. Let's take him upstairs into one of the rooms. Barkeep, we want the room.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. 10 copper for the...
She throws it at him.
It just scatters across the counter and he's like frantically trying to grab at them.
How much will it take for you to say you didn't notice anyone in your rooms?
Now that is a good question, sir. 1 gold.
It's ma'am.
I think you should lower the price. Because of that faux pas.
It's still 1 gold.
Oscar gives him 1 gold.
Pleasure doing business with you. Hands you the key.
What was your name?
Shadows.
Thank you, Shadows. We'll be upstairs, but you don't know that.
Who are you?
I'm Oscar. But also you don't know that either.
Oh my god. Your name is stupid.
He whispers under his breath as you guys walk away, that was the point.
All right. So Petty is trying to drag this half-orc up over to the
Be
stairs.
a straight strength check.
Someone help me.
Okay,
Well, so who's doing the pulling?
I'll help pull.
So you roll with advantage then.
Okay.
That's what helping is.
Okay, well, my first roll was a 19.
Well, there you go.
So plus 2, 21. Incredible.
You like grab him around the waist and just throw him over your shoulder and just carry that guy up the stairs like no problem. You get to the top of the stairs, the doors have just rotted away. Like you can see into the room from outside. There's no like seal on the door. It's just barely a door. You walk in, there's holes in the floor. You can kind of see the rooms below you. The bed is just straw with no covering.
Not touching that.
That's really all that's in there is that bed.
Though it does look more comfortable than anything we had in the Underdark.
So. Dang.
Oh, is he awake yet?
He's coming around.
I slapped him in the face a couple times.
I twerk against him.
Oscar lingers by the door.
Fuck is going on?
We know. We know what you did. We have the letter.
Look, goddamn bard was flirting with my wife. I went a little crazy.
What god?
The bard.
What bard?
The wizard? What's up with him?
Was
He
he
sent
singing
that love
that
letter to
hymn?
my wife, so I killed him. I didn't know that the poison was gonna make everybody else sick.
I'm sorry to inform you. Did you know that your wife is dead?
I left her there like that. I assumed I wouldn't see her when I got back.
You don't seem upset.
This is, as they say, fucked up. I don't like this.
Look, what would you do in my situation? You kill a man, everyone gets sick, including your wife, which is the reason you killed the man in the first place. What would you do in my position?
Did you know this mantra before this situation?
No, I didn't even know that I existed.
Your wife said she didn't either.
That's a good question. I don't know why he sent that letter then. He called her his feather.
I have plenty of those.
Unless the courier got some mix-up and sent it to the wrong woman. There are plenty of half-elves in the shantytown.
But who would be called a feather?
And yet you started a plague.
I didn't know what you know. I didn't know that she didn't know the man, or at least I didn't believe her.
That sounds like a toxic relationship.
Petty would know.
Look, what do you want from me?
Well, mostly we wanted the romance and intrigue out of this situation, but it seems like it's getting a little hairier than I first thought, so I'm going to hand this over to my two friends.
What do you think, Oscar?
Oscar tries to recall why we're here in the first place. Oh, right. Murder.
Now that I think about it, I mean, our objective was just to get into Baldur's Gate.
Why are we?
We got involved. There's a murderer in front of us.
Do you think we could at least get a reward?
Ah,
Who is the richest person you know?
I say we go and talk to the guards. I know there's some on the way over. They're over by the temples. Shall we bring him over?
Yes.
We are bringing you to the authorities.
Not on your life!
And he starts to run out of the room, but the floor just collapses underneath him and he goes crashing down to the floor below. And he's locked out again.
Petty gives a high five to both Soren and Oscar for a job well done. As if they had anything to do with
The
it.
floor starts to continue cracking to where y'all are standing.
Soren flies up.
I'm gonna try and leap out of the way over to the doorway
I was
to
already
get away
by the
from
door.
this. Do I need to make a... Okay. Okay.
It didn't crack yet, it was just starting to move toward you.
Let us get out of this room if we can call it that.